I think we're at 1042. So let me know if that's not legible, not big enough. I'm on a different page. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so when I write, just let me know if you actually, if do you see an alpha appear on the right hand side of just above 1045?
Yes,
Okay, great.
yes.
Okay, so last couple of lines, the chorus said, "Ene pe moi prasdon." So that's tell me, pointed out, Tini moro Thaneske, by what fate does he die? Thaneske, adikos, adika, tek parisdon aner. The unjust man, adikos aner, who was or is, or was ek parisdon, doing. Usually that ek parisdor means to provide, but in this case it means doing adika, providing or doing unjust things.
Mhm, mhm.
Right. So tell me, how did he die? Basically, what fate did he meet? And then we come to 1043. I don't know. Did either of you look at 1043 by any chance?
No.
Not, not me.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, things have changed and I've got to find my. Okay, so 1043. Epe therapnas test thebias kathonos lipontes ex ebemen asorpu horoas. So we'll stop there. So epe. So um, when lipontes, that's a lepor, to leave or leave behind. When we had left behind the therapnas, so there's a funny word, therapnor, therapina means the same thing. It means both a handmaid or a valley. So we left behind the valleys of the Theban land. So Tesder, Thebias, Kathonos. Having left them behind, then we come to the main indicative verb, exebemen, which is ek in the present tense, ek and binor, which means to come out. So to leave, to come out of, and because ek takes a genitive, ek binor, or in this case, in the second aorist, so ex e. So we've got the e augment comes in between the prepositional suffix and the stem. So we came out of the asor pu proas. Proer is a body of a flowing water. So the stream Asorpus. So we left behind the valley and we crossed over the stream. And that's aorist. And then we have an imperfect. So next line. Lepas kithai roneon eis ebalomen. We were going into the lepas, which is another word for a valley, glen, a mountain glen, of Mount Kithera, Kitharon neon. So that's the adjective from the noun Kitharon. So we were entering into the valley of Mount Kitharon. Pentheos te kagor, and that's kagor is crassus for kai, agor, egor. So both Pentheus and I. And then we've got here in brackets, the editors put it in brackets, despotega hepomen. So hepomen, that's the imperfect of the verb hepamai, which means to follow. And it's got this slightly irregular imperfect. Hepomen, I was following. And hepomai always takes the dative, what you're following along after. And in this case, the dative is despoter, which is the dative singular of despotes, master. Because so Pentheus and I, I say Pentheus and I because I was following along with my master. Xenos te hos hemin pompos and teroria. So,
That's where I come in, I think.
oh, okay, fantastic.
Okay. So first plus hemin theorias, yeah. So let's have a look. So Xenos the stranger, and there is te, so and the stranger. Hos u the pronoun who was, let's see, yeah. So hemin is our, that's less plural dative pronoun. Pompos is guide. And the main verb is the and is only third person singular, perfect. So stranger who was our guide, and then Euripides is the spectacle. That was our guide to the spectacle. I wasn't quite sure. It's a genitive, so it's just sort of guide of the spectacle, but I translated it as to the spectacle. Just wondering how that genitive works.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, you've translated correctly. It's the guide of in the matter of the viewing.
Right.
So perhaps a objective genitive, the guide for the viewing.
Okay. Good. And then next line. Auton men un oeron is domain napos. So un and so
Right.
auton firstly the main verb is we sat down, so it's first person plural imperfect of is door, sit down, or sit down in, and napos the veil clean, and then oeron grassy. So firstly we sat down in a grassy vale, Glen. Next line. Oh, yeah. Anyway, ta tek odon sigela kai glosses. Apo sos dantes. Okay, so and te. I'm not sure if that link matches up with the men, the proton men in the first last line or not. But anyway,
Yeah, a tet can't coordinate with a
yep,
men.
no, okay,
Yeah, so it's just yeah. So first of all, we were sitting down, and we
yeah,
were, and so on. Yeah.
okay. So what does the role does the men play then? If it's not linked with anything.
Yeah, that's then it might lend emphasis to the first clause, but it just doesn't coordinate.
Okay. All right. Uh, so where are we now? Tech dawn. Let's make this bigger. Uh, so 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 the got a participle at the end there. Sondontes. It comes from source door to keep safe, to preserve. So and preserving.
Yep.
Uh, the then we've got Sigela is silent, yeah, silent things. It'll be neuter plural accusative. So preserving silent things. Apo, away from. Uh, we've got keeping away from. Glossal. That's tongue or language. So and before that we've got speech and podon is feet. So ek podon. So away from feet and tongue it is. So away from the sounds of feet and tongue. So you're preserving silent things from the noise of moving or talking, speaking.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. So preserving the things from feet and from tongue in silence. So yeah, keeping yeah, preserving the silence of feet and of, in English we probably say of feet and of speech or whatever. But yeah,
yeah, because they're in genitive.
yeah, but
Yeah.
in English it would yeah have a different construction. We wouldn't. I guess no, you would just use prepositions, so of feet and of tongue, preserving the silence of feet. But that's more the prepositional one. Where here it's like something comes out of them. That's the tar, and here you're preserving the capacity for silence of those things. It's just a more complex way of looking at it.
Mm.
But yeah, preserving the
Okay.
silence from of feet and tongue. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, woman. uk, oral menoi. So oral men is the verb, first person plural, present optative, div. So, and got horse. So that we might see. That's from the verb to see,
Yeah.
or our, so that we might see, and uk or menoi is while not being seen. So it's a participle in the same verb, plural, passive, masculine, nominative. So that we may see while not being seen.
That's right. That's good.
All right.
And I think
That's my part.
okay.
Oh no, I've got more. No, I've got more actually.
Okay. Hang on. Yeah, before we go to the next page though, so I'm taking it that horse is here as sometimes in poetry for hop horse plus subjunctive. But because the main verb is past, the subordinate verb can go from the subjunctive or the indicative to optative, in this case, horomen, because that's horomen is horot or plus oimen. That's the optative. So I think he's so that, yeah, this is exactly as he translated it, but so that we could see, and then we have the circumstantial participle not being seen, which you've, I think, correctly interpreted as, while not being seen, or
Yeah, instead of the while in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you're covering the next line as well.
Yeah, I've got the next three lines too.
Okay, great.
And uncos the prayer non remnon ud asi dear boxon. So it's days and again we've got there was the n it, the went from Amy. There was uncos, so Glen, or Glen. The chromenon is clips all round, with clips all round. So it's got is the all around part. The clips.
It could be all round or just on both sides.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it
On
could be.
both sides, yeah. Yeah, well, it makes sense if it's a gland. You've got clips on both sides. Yeah. Audacity. Sorry. So so Audacity is the dative odors water. So it's oral dative. So it's the dative of means. So by means of water, what are we doing by means of water? It's the deoxon is very wet or soaked by means of water. So in other words, this stream's running through this glen or a stream, providing plenty of water. Is that right, Mark?
Yeah, so that's agreeing with the uncos. Yeah, they're both
Yeah,
they're both neuter normatives. So the uncos is the glen and
yeah,
surrounded by cliffs, wet with water. Yeah, sorry, thoroughly soaked with water. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's right, the neuter. Um, and then I see. Uh, Sus Kai Ston. Uh, again, these are. Oh no, actually, the first one is says Kaisi is they're all feminine dative. Say call okay pine. So it's uh, by means of pines, and then we've got a participle sus Kitestone is a shade over, and that's a participle singular present active neuter normative. So the glen, referring back to the glen again, the neuter glen. So shadowing by means of pines, or the feminine pines. That's what I was assuming the neuter participle, singular participle is referring to the glen again. So it shadows by means of the pines. Is that right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then enter minorities Catholic T X or UCI Keras and Dep Noise Bonois. So enter is where and it is the main aids and cathete T. This is that's the main verb. It means we're seated. It's a third person plural pluperfect, indicative middle. And I looked up for this verb, it's from Cafe Mai. It says the perfect and pluperfect function as the verbs present and imperfect tenses. It's said online, the Wiki Dictionary, so that this would be equivalent, even though it's a pluperfect, equivalent to an imperfect. So they were seated, the maynards were seated. And then exusai, participle, plural, present feminine, for having, mekor. And then keras, the hands. So having their hands, and tip noise, or noise. So ponos is work or toil or trouble, and then tip noise is delightful or pleasant. So
That's where we get our turpitude. People who
where we get
take much pleasure in things.
where we get what?
Turpitude.
Turpitude.
Yeah,
Very familiar.
because terpner is it's one of the words for pleasure, like head and air and so on. But yeah, so I mean, as you've translated it, like it's something that just the terpnos is something pleasant or It's an
Yeah.
adjective here describing
So
the.
they have having their hands engage in delightful labours.
Yeah.
Translate.
Yeah.
So
So Cathantot. Now this is poetry. So I thought it was imperfect, missing the augment because it's poetry and we don't have to have the augment. So like Cathamai, I sit. Cathantot, they were sitting. And I don't immediately have in my mind what the perfect and pluperfect would look like. Um,
okay.
yeah,
Well, I
I'll
looked it
check.
up and
Sorry.
according to Perseus, they gave two options: pluperfect or maybe it was perfect. Yeah, I went with the pluperfect. So what it said online about pluperfect functioning as an imperfect.
Okay. Let me check it out. But just for the moment, I think it might be the imperfect. But if that's, I'll check that out and put it in the email.
Stead, Stedman says it's pluperfect, but
Okay.
he
Okay.
says pluperfect often denotes a state, not an activity. Had sitting down and now we're seated.
Yeah.
That's how he translates it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. If that's right, then that makes perfect sense. But in either case, they were sitting down, the
Yeah.
Maenads. Yeah. Where, so we have a little adverbial clause where the Maenads were sitting, having their hands in pleasant labours, which is a kind of, yeah, you don't normally see those two words next to each other. Yeah, no, like normally
Yeah.
in labour, it's another word for, yeah, wretchedness. It can be work
Yeah.
or it can be something really bad, suffering.
Right,
Of course,
right.
we always experience them both. No, not always, but we often experience them both together.
So that okay, good was my part.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Martin.
Okay, yeah, and I've got it from there, so
Okay.
that works well. And I guess now it explains what this pleasant labor was. So I men ga auton thyrson kiso cometen althis. So for Sagar, I think I'm not sure about this, Martin, but it seems as though I outtorn of them, so that's or there. I'm not sure about this, but I is I guess standing in for they, but is it sort of like I think it's some of them. I think I saw in Stedman
That's
or
right.
some of
I mean, it's more common only because we're frequently talking about mixed groups or groups of men, but hoi men, hoi det is regularly some and then others.
okay, okay.
And here
Oh, I see.
we're talking about exclusively women, so it's some of them and then and others.
Yes, okay. And the verb is on 1055. That's oh, did I read that? No, I didn't. I should just go on. I think I oh, okay. Thurson. Oh, okay, I see where I stopped there, didn't I? I men ga auton Thurson ek leloipota kiso kometen this exanestephon. Um, so the verb here is this and then exanestephon, which comes from ex anastephor, stephor to put around, and so this is the augment, I guess, on the anna, so and there. augment on the second epsilon, and on for third person plural. So imperfect active third person plural, to crown with wreaths or something like that. So, and some of them were crowning with wreaths. Our, I think this is the or sort of the order. Our this again or once again. A thyrsus, so this is the accusative thyrson, a thyrsus, but it's a ekleloipota thyrsus. It's a, which is perfect active participle, masculine accusative singular. So the Cambridge has, this is to leave out, omit, pass over. Cambridge says give out, which can sort of mean in need of repair or worn out. So it's a worn out thyrsus. And the perfect is, oh, that's right. It's the perfect of Lepor. I think I was looking this up, is leloipa. So I guess that's some sort of irregularity, is it? And so ekleloip plus otter gives it the masculine accusative singular perfect active. So for some of them were crowning with wreaths again, a worn out thyrsus. Then it's a long-haired, yes, it's a worn out thyrsus, and just get in here, Kisor Cometan. So Comet Kisor is with ivy. Cometan is sort of like wearing long hair or long-haired. And Dodds and Cambridge say this is proleptic, which I think means it's sort of something to come in the future. So it's so as to be long-haired with ivy.
Yeah.
So could you unscramble that, Martin? So I guess they were crowning, they're wreathing the worn-out thyrsus with ivy. I think I've seen some translations that sort of say with tendrils of ivy or something like that. But
Yeah. So yeah, that's the key saw.
mm,
But yeah, it's just difficult to know what to do with the two accusatives. We've got the thyrson and the
mm,
chimeter. My first instinct is to say they were crowning again the thyrsus, which had deteriorated,
yep.
and they were crowning it as to its hair, chimeter,
Hmm. Oh,
chimeter,
okay.
and they were crowning its hair with ivy. But I'm going to note that down as well because that's just to make sure that, yeah, I'll just look at a commentator and see
Yeah.
if that looks plausible. Yeah, does that make sense to you? How did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I had. I sort of had, for some of them were crowning with crowning, I guess, yeah, once again, a worn out thyrsus. I mean, so as to be long haired with ivy. But
Oh, okay. So then we have the crowning the
yeah,
thyrsus as long-haired with ivy, so as to be long-haired with ivy.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I was
Okay.
saying. The commentan was proleptic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that also makes sense. So
So yeah,
yeah.
so as to be long haired. But I'm not proleptic. Well, I had to look that up for a start. And yes.
What does that mean? What does
It
proleptic mean?
means it's sort of, I think it means something, Martin, like something that will come about in the future.
It's
Do you
yeah.
have a
So
so
proleptic.
they're
Yeah.
crowning it so as to be long haired with ivy.
Proleptic means it means that lambano. the future of lambano is
Yeah.
lepsomai, and the lept the in the word proleptic, you've got take beforehand.
Hmm.
So it's proleptic is when in a, like for example in a relative clause, a noun that's in that clause is taken out of the relative clause and comes before it. So you take something before its usual position. And here you're anticipating by looking at the latest state. In,
Anticipating.
yeah, you're anticipating the latest state. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's also plausible. Let me have a look at a couple of commentators, and yeah, I'll put it in the
Yeah.
email.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What does that
I
relate
had
to?
a, sorry, go on, Martin.
Oh, how does that relate to prophylactic?
To what?
Is it prophylactic or
Well,
what's it?
phylaxor is to guard, so you make a guard pro beforehand.
Is that related? At least we're
Sorry?
talking about. So it's not related to the word we're proleptic.
No, because that's
No.
that root is phylaxor, which is to guard something, and whereas
Uh-huh.
lepsis is to take something.
I see.
Yeah, but they both have the same pro
Mhm.
suffix. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So then 1056, I'd deklipusai poikilos poloi zdorga. So I and others. So going with that previous I, so that's great. Yeah, and others. Um, and then what do you call this? Anyway, a phrase in here. Um, let's see now. Just got to get myself. Okay, so eklipousai. So again, we've got this leave out, omit, pass over, um, and others as an aorist active participle, feminine nominative plural. So others, leaving out. Um, well, I see. Yes. Okay. Actually, it's the as, isn't it? The horse. As foals, poorly, as as if, or like foals, leaving out or abandoning, uh, poikil zduga. So abandoning a varied, spotted, or many-colored, this poikilos yoke, the zduga. So and others, I've got like foals that abandoned many-colored yokes. Um,
So
I
that
wasn't
yeah,
sure. I
yep.
wasn't sure why the many-colored, the poikilos, whether that would actually relate to the foals or the abandoned yolks. And I wasn't
It
sure how you know which it went with.
you don't know. So the poloi, because that ends in oi, you would
Yeah.
have to it would have to be poikiloi, and it's very rare that you lose both the omicron iota of an ending, whereas
Okay.
it's common to lose the final alpha of a neuter plural in the nominative of.
Okay.
So I'm presuming it's poikila going with zduga. Now,
Zduga. Okay.
poikilos can mean multicolored, and it has that sense
Uh-huh.
of dappled and so on, but can also be intricate or
Oh,
complex.
okay.
So it
Right.
might be here
Okay.
the intricate yoke leaving,
Yes.
yeah, like foals having left the intricate yolks, not yeah,
Yes.
intricate or complex or yeah.
Yeah. That's the sense that a lot of translations have, that intricate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Like a fancy sort of yoke. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that so
So
here eklipusai like so that's the second aorist. Elipon is the second aorist of lepor, but
yeah.
eklepor does usually mean to sort of leave behind or leave out, and this is a more
Uh-huh.
novel sense. Whereas the one we had before at 1054,
Yeah.
that's like that intransitive sense of something that is leaving off bits of itself out. That is, it's deteriorating. That's a more unusual
Okay.
sense.
That makes, I was wondering how to sort of understand that previous one. So leaving bits of itself out. That's, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's falling apart. Whereas here, and
yeah,
that's the less common. Whereas more normally, it's leaving something behind. In this case, it's
yeah.
leaving behind the yolks.
The, yeah, yeah. Because it makes sense then that the thyrsus, if it's left out bits of ivy, then it needs new ivy to make it a thyrsus again, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So others like foals that abandoned their intricate yolks, um, back Bacchaeon, Anticladzon, Anticladzon, Elelais Melos. Oh, it's interesting that Anticlazdon, when I say it like that, I can hear the klaxon or something. I'm not sure if that's right, but so the verb is this anticlasdon, which comes from anti-klasdor. So it's imperfect indicative active third person plural with the augment uh, making the anti into an ante. And how did I get that? Yes, plus third person plural on, I see. So that means to sound against, to be echoed by from Klasdor, which is making a sharp piercing sound. So uh, or to be echoed by. So we're echoing. I thought this could be. So this is what they were doing. That these others they were echoing. Um, oh, they're sounding against each other, one another, echoing, sounding against each other. Uh, and what were they doing that? So the it was a melos, a oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting this all confused. Anticlasdor allelorn is to one another. So sound against to one another, a song, a melos, and it's a Bacchic song, a Bacchaeon melos. So it was sounding against one another, a Bacchic song, or sort of, I'm not sure, singing it one part and then echoing the other part, it seemed to me.
Yeah, and so melos is accusative neuter
Yes,
singular top melos the song.
yes,
Yeah, modified by the Bacchic. That's right. That's right. So Klasdor is a very strong. It's usually dogs barking, men screaming. It's not often
right.
like a mellifluous sound.
No, okay.
But here, yeah, like they're shrieking out against one another the Bacchic song. I have in my mind like there's a like responsion or antiphony.
Yeah,
Like there's a certain way of
yes.
describing people taking different roles in a song, and I think
Yeah,
that seems to be what's going on.
yeah. So that's the work, the terp noise ponoise that the Maenads are up to, I
That's right.
guess.
They're fixing their equipment and singing. Yeah.
And singing. So joyful, or something. I guess if it's that sort of if it's a Klasdor, it's not so melodic, but it's yeah, they're having a good old time.
Yeah.
Okay. Pentheos de Hotlemon Thelun uk Aron Oklon. Uh, okay. I might just keep going. Uk ex ignumai my nadorn
You jumped one.
os.
Right.
I think you've
Jumped
Oh, have
now.
I?
That's right.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Pentheus de hot telemon thelon uk oron oklon epex elexe toyad. So I'll just leave it there. And Pentheus de. Okay, there's a bit of a phrase here. Ho te Clermorne. So Clermorne is an adjective, masculine, nominative, singular, suffering, uh, but also it's found in a bad sense, reckless. Um, so with the definite article there, so and Pentheus, the suffering one, or the reckless one, or the suffering reckless one. Um, Not seeing, so oron, present active participle, masculine nominative singular, oron, ora, contract of ora on, not seeing, uk ora on, not seeing Theloon Oklon, the female crowd, I'm thinking. Yep, Thelon is an adjective, masculine or feminine. Yep, and op los, a masculine accusative singular. So not seeing the female crowd. Alexe is aorist indicative active third person singular from legse, I guess. The contract of legse, which is third person plural ending instead of a pair. So I thought that's sort of, I haven't seen that one before. So not seeing the female crowd, spoke from Legor, Toyad. So I guess such as this, or as LSJ has as follows. So he couldn't see the female crowd, so he spoke as follows.
That's right. So yeah. So Alexa, yeah, that we normally don't have Legor in the aorist. It's normally, as you said, apon.
Mm.
And Telemon, yeah, can be like you get that a lot in Homer describing various people as being having endurance, like yeah, steadfast, enduring Odysseus or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But it can have this sense of also being, yeah, too bold. So, and that might be what
Hmm.
it is here, like reckless Pentheus, when he didn't see the female crowd, said the following.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Xen. Umen estamen uk exignomai menadorn ossois notorn. So, o Zen, O stranger, um, u is with circumflex is who, isn't it? Who
Who?
is where estamen from istemi, perfect indicative active first person plural, where we have stood, where we have stood, um,
So yeah, so where we stand, because
where we stand.
we've stood up, we've taken a
Okay,
stand, and that's where
yeah,
we're standing. That's
yeah, okay, yes, because yes, where we have stood, where we stand. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
a lot more sense. Where we stand, uk exic numai, present indicative middle, first person singular. Uh, to reach, arrive at. Um, I cannot reach, or I cannot arrive at um, uh, Osser, which is noun neuter dative plural of, that's right. Ossois is the dative plural of osse, which is the two eyes. So I cannot reach with, I guess, my two eyes, um, my nadorn. So this is the genitive plural of the monads, and it's modified by the adjective at the end, not torn, which um, genitive plural, and I guess bastard, or in Athens, a child of a citizen and foreigner. But I guess I cannot reach with two eyes the bastard monads.
Yeah, so we've actually got a. Let me just check this text because we've got a difference in reading
Hmm.
at line. Whoops, sorry, 1060.
Okay, 1060, you've got.
I'm just trying to find it again. Sorry. There are we? Okay, so
Ah, you've got Nosson.
yeah, so I can't see my apparatus at the moment. Yes,
1060.
1060. So it looks like yeah, Jackson's put in Nosson, so that's an additive.
Okay.
Whereas yeah, you've got Nothorn, which
I've
yeah,
got Nothorn from Stedman. Yeah, I was following Stedman.
yeah. So as a noun, that means yeah, or as an adjective, it means illegitimate. And so
Hmm.
therefore, it must be that he's saying okay. So your translation, if we do that first, so Nothorn, yeah, I don't reach with the eyes the the illegitimate or counterfeit Maenads.
Yes.
So they're people who are doing something surreptitious or yeah,
Yeah.
illegitimate. Whereas if it's this one, it would be I don't reach the madnesses of the Maenads.
Ah.
The nosos is a disease, normally a bodily one,
Yeah,
but it can be a
sickness.
mental
Yeah.
one. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I think that's what that would mean
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
But you've got the. I mean, Diggle has accepted this suggestion, whereas you've got the original text. So that's probably let's stick with that one. The yeah, the
Hmm.
Maenads and their illegitimate activity.
Yeah. I mean, I guess either of them makes some sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. That's where I left off.
that's great. That's great. It also brings us up to seven. So I've got to go to my 7:30 lecture. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that worked really well. Um, whoops, sorry.
Oh, it's evening there.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
seven in the
Right.
evening.
You got your Friday